Every marriage experiences its challenges: job loss, health issues, family issues, career changes, challenging kids. You're going to be faced with challenges, and the stronger you two are as partners, the easier you two will be able to navigate those things together, instead of we are faced with this issue and we're also not working well together. When you're on the same team, that hard stuff won't feel so hard because you know that you have each other to work through it together.
Welcome to the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Perda. As a marriage coach who's married with 3 kids, I know how much parenthood could change a marriage. If flirting, laughing, and having fun together feels like a thing of the past, then I'm here to teach you that marriage doesn't have to feel so hard with your parents, and your marriage can thrive even when you're in the season of raising kids. Whether you're in a good place in your marriage and you just want to continue growing together, or you're wondering if you even like your spouse anymore, this podcast has something for you. Join me here each week as we dive into what it takes to help your marriage grow, and maybe even do a 180. You'll learn ways to handle conflict better, bring that spark back into your relationship, as well as learn how to improve other areas of your life from my lovely guest experts. Are you ready for the next stage of your life in marriage? Let's dive in.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. Is your marriage going through a rough patch, or are you experiencing something that needs help from someone, right? Is it a hard season, or is there a deeper issue that you need to get help with? These are common thoughts and questions that couples have when things aren't going well. Are we just going through some ups and downs, or is there something that we are lacking here that we need to learn, like communication or how to be better partners with each other? These are constantly coming up with people who are married, especially after kids. And this is often the question I get asked when someone reaches out and says, "Hey, can you tell me more about marriage coaching? This is what's going on." And it can be stressful to be in this state where you're wondering, is there something we need to work on? Or is this something that I need to just wait out and be patient about and give grace? And so today we're going to talk about how to figure that out. Are you going through a rough patch right now, or does your marriage actually need help? Would your marriage benefit from working with a professional, working with a marriage coach, going to see a therapist? Okay. So let's start off by first defining what is a rough patch, okay? Because there's often these phrases that get tossed around, but everyone has a different definition. And at the same time, people are questioning, like, does my situation qualify as that, or does it not? So let's just do away with that and dive right into what is a rough patch, okay? So a rough patch has to do with something outside of your relationship, okay? Stressful situations that have nothing to do with the two of you, okay? So that's like bringing home a new baby, or job loss, health issues, family issues, right? Things outside of your relationship with your spouse. And these external stressors are leading to more arguments, but at its core, you still feel safe and respected in your relationship. Physically safe, obviously, but also emotionally safe. You can still communicate with each other about the challenges that you're experiencing and your needs and so on and so forth. And there's also still this desire to connect with each other. Even if it feels hard, even if it feels like you don't have time or you don't have the energy, you still have a desire to connect. Okay. So that would be a rough patch. Now, what if it's more than that, right? What qualifies as needing help? So here are signs of a deeper problem existing in your marriage. If you and your partner stop trying, or you're emotionally checked out, that is like a red flag right there, a call for help. Your marriage is no longer thriving. It's no longer surviving. It is struggling, okay? Or you guys are avoiding each other and you feel like your spouse is your enemy. You don't see each other as teammates anymore. They're kind of just there in the way, and you'd rather avoid them than spend time with them. Okay. And I want you to think about how things used to be before whatever challenges came up between you and your spouse, that at one point, that was one of your favorite people in the world. And now you've gotten to the point where you can't stand them. So that's a very big change. And maybe it didn't happen overnight, but that's definitely not the direction that you want to be working towards. So if that's going on, then that's a really big red flag right there. Okay. Another is the emotional safety experienced in your relationship has gone down, right? Conversations quickly escalate into arguments, and you two are not fighting fairly. So there's a lot of criticism or closing off from each other, silent treatment, name calling, judgment, like all those toxic communication habits, those are happening right now. So there's basically a lack of respect when you two talk to each other, when things aren't going smoothly, right? So outside of those times where things are going well, things are going very poorly. And if there was someone watching your relationship from the outside, it'd be very difficult for them to tell that you two actually like each other, that you two love each other, that you two are both invested in the relationship. Okay. So those are signs of a deeper problem in your marriage. Now, here's how you can tell the difference if maybe it isn't as obvious as those two different examples that I gave. Okay. I want you to look for the pattern in what's going on in your relationship right now. How long has this pattern been going on? Is it just this week? Has it been going on for months? For years? Okay. Do you feel safe being vulnerable with each other? Can you share how you're feeling without feeling like you're going to get judged or criticized or dismissed? Are you able to share what you need, how you feel, what you want, and be received with open arms, genuine concern, and a desire to work together? And then lastly, ask yourself, if nothing changed in a year, how would I feel? Okay. That's a very revealing question to ask yourself. If nothing changed, how would I feel? Okay. Now, if this is situational, and once that situation resolves itself, will you guys be okay? Or did that situation reveal that there are some gaps in the relationship skills that you two have that you could learn from and have it improve how you interact with each other, like healthy communication, like how to prioritize your relationship after kids, like how to be partners in this whole thing with life and raising kids, right? So I want you to take some time to explore. Are we in a rough patch that we actually see ourselves getting out of on our own? Or are we ignoring clear signs that our relationship needs help, that we need support learning more skills to create a more solid foundation for our marriage so that we can actually be resilient to future challenges that we experience? Because every marriage experiences its challenges, right? Like I said, job loss, health issues, family issues, career changes, challenging kids, all of that. You're going to be faced with challenges that you're going to need to face together. And the stronger you two are as partners, the easier you two will be able to navigate those things together instead of we are faced with this issue and we're also not working well together, right? That's going to be a completely different experience for both of you. And when you two are working on the same side of things, when you're on the same team, when you know how to communicate with each other in a healthy way and you feel safe to be vulnerable with each other, and you actually have a desire to connect and you are making efforts to connect on a regular basis, that hard stuff won't feel so hard because you know that you have each other to work through it together instead of feeling like you're alone and you have so many other things going on that are working against you. Okay. So if you're in the camp where you're like, ooh, don't feel like we're a strong team right now, and we probably are going to have a tough time if anything else comes into our life that is a challenge, then I invite you to not wait anymore. Don't wait for something catastrophic to happen to go get help, because then you're going to be stretched so thin, right? Be honest with yourselves and say, okay, yeah, we're not doing well. And let's not wait for that last thing to break us. Let's be proactive and say, okay, let's double down on us. Let's make sure we're good so that we can handle things smoothly as a team, as partners, so that we can say, hey, we got this. Okay? Because as with health issues, the earlier you get help, the easier it is to take care of things, right? If you are in denial and you got your head stuck in the sand and you're like, no, we're fine. Every marriage encounters these problems. We're no different. If you do that and you wait till something huge happens, you're going to be wishing you started earlier. You're going to be wishing that you didn't wait. So spend some time checking in on, are we going through a rough patch? Are we just tired and having a hard time because this thing is happening? Because we're navigating a world of something new, something challenging with a kid. But I know that within a couple months, we're going to be okay, right? I will add in this thing that your marriage changing because of having kids is not a rough patch, okay? A rough patch is bringing home a new baby and trying to figure out your groove. And everyone's a little bit cranky. Fine, understandable. But if you continue to call it a rough patch after you've gotten into your groove and you guys are still arguing a lot and you two are losing interest in connecting, you're avoiding each other, that's no longer a rough patch. That has evolved into needing help because you guys are checking out. Maybe not consciously, maybe you're not making that intentional decision, but you are, by action and through your lack of investment in your relationship, you are checking out. Okay? If that's the case and your future is something that you want your spouse in and you want to have a strong marriage and you want to secure that future for yourself, then it's time to do something different, right? It's time to face yourself and where you're at right now and just say, okay, we've done everything we know to do and we could greatly benefit from more support. If that's the case, book a clarity call with me. Okay, let's talk about what's going on and what I can do to help you so that we can get you back to feeling like you are an us again. Getting back to you two feeling like you guys got each other. You guys are a solid team. You love each other. You like each other. You want to spend time together. And you feel like you're a couple again, not just roommates, not just parents. Okay? So, all that to say, spend some time. Am I in a rough patch? Or is my marriage calling for help? And then take the necessary action so that you don't find yourself a year later thinking, oh, wow, things got worse. And now we really need help. Now we're at like a make it or break it situation. Okay? Being proactive is always going to be better than being reactive. So journal about it, meditate about it, take a walk and think it out. And once you figured it out, then do something with it, okay? Because your marriage, even though it's going to encounter these problems and challenges, they're designed to highlight where you two can grow. They're not meant to be a state that you stay in, okay? These are growth opportunities if you choose to approach it that way. But if you don't, then they can become toxic and ultimately be the downfall of your marriage. But it's in how we approach these challenges that dictate how things work out. Okay, that's it. I hope this helped you. I know this is a popular question, and maybe this has been something that's been on your mind, but you haven't done anything about it. It's just been in the back of your mind as you navigate life and responsibility. And I'm giving you permission to give yourself some time to think about it and do something about it. Because the worst thing you can do is do nothing about it and kind of just see how things pan out. So re-listen to this if you need, but answer the questions I asked. Check to see which area your marriage falls under, and then reach out if you need help. Okay? Send me a DM if you want to chat. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. Okay? Or if you already know that you could benefit from coaching, then book a call with me. The link is in the show notes. If you know someone that could benefit from listening to this episode, please send this to them. And if you have been a loyal listener of the show, I would so appreciate it if you leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen. I would so appreciate that. That is what helps this show grow. And that's it for this episode. I'll catch you back here on the next episode. Bye. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please send me a message over on Instagram at Michelle Perda Coaching to let me know what you loved most about it. Hearing from my listeners is my absolute favorite. And if you've been loving this podcast, please leave a rating and review. This will help people like you find the show and get the help they need. Catch you here on the next episode. Bye.